Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm starting this off right away uh, with the two pictures because it just took me forever to get them set up right. And so then I decided that, oh, nuts on it. I got them set up right. You don't need to see me. You all know what I look like, right? So this is it. We're just going to go right with the pictures. I got the close up and I got the long shot. So I kind of like the way that's looking right now. I hope you do too. And I thought I would just leave it like that. Hi, Carol. So I jumped on a little bit early because I was playing with the cameras, and I'm not going to show myself tonight because number one, I'm having a bad hair day. Number two, you know what I look like. And number three, I don't want to mess with these cameras anymore because I'm afraid they'll shut off if I do. So I got a close up, I got the phone, I got things working right. Now here's what we're gonna do tonight. Well, actually, before we start, since you're the only one on, Carol, I can I can ask you these questions. You said you needed green paper, which I have, the evergreen. I have evergreen. I have all the shades of green, but if you want the evergreen, I can bring that, and I have a full pack of it. Um, and ink pads, I have red, green. Yeah, I have a bunch of different colors of them, extra, and then I have the evening evergreen. So if you need anything other than evening evergreen, let me know. I will be bringing evening evergreen paper and ink pad for you tomorrow. But if you need anything else, let me know. Hi, Linda. How are you? As I was just telling Carol, I was messing around with these cameras early and I got them set up, and I'm just not messing with them anymore. So that means I could just wave to you, but I'm not going to be on face on. Um, what do I want to tell you? New catalog coming. Christmas is just about, this is just about it. I think this might be the last of my Christmas stuff. Soft succulent, I do. Paper, I don't have a soft succulent ink pad, I don't think, but I do have paper. So if you need that, I'll bring that too. Um, you're great, Linda. That's good to hear. Um, I don't know if I had one too many things, desserts the other day or what, but I was not feeling real well yesterday. Boy, I slept away the whole day. It could just be because I haven't been sleeping well lately, or I don't know. But I slept all day yesterday and a lot of today, and I think it's we're doing better. um, yeah. So the new catalogs, you should be getting them in the mail very soon. I didn't get my stash yet. I'm waiting for a case. I thought I'd bring a case with me in case you guys didn't get it in the mail yet, but it doesn't look like I am going to have it for tomorrow. That's a shame. Maybe the lasagna. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Something did. I'm just thinking it's just that I just haven't been getting enough sleep lately, and it just caught up to me. But I don't know. Whatever it was, it's going away now, and that's a good thing. Um, Christmas. Today is the last Christmas card, I think. We're going to get in. I'm going to start getting into the new stuff in the new catalog because I have gotten a bunch of it and it's really cool. I really like it. And so I'm going to be getting into that next week. Um, at the library tomorrow, we're going to do bookmarks. And I don't know if we're going to do anything else or not. We might do another neat card. I'd like to do one of those the bridge cards that I showed you all before. I just can't seem to locate the stamp set and die cut set for that I did the one with. But if I can come up with another design between now and tomorrow, we'll do that. Enough of that. Nothing else really going on other than the new catalogs. I mean, that's the excitement. So I guess we can just get right on with it. This is what we're doing tonight. This is a slider card, and I think this is really cool. Isn't that cool? Santa Claus is coming to town. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Now, this was the first one I did, and I did it just to try it out and see how it worked. And I got all the mechanics right and everything, but I'm not fond of the colors. So, like, I want to do this one again in red. I want to get rid of the black. I don't like the black. Same with up here. I'm going to do these in red. I want more red. And I don't like this Merry Christmas, but I have another one to use. So we'll use that. And then the cord to that has to change. But we're going to do that and it's going to be cute. And then look at the back. Now the back is just so where you can write in here, but it brings a little bit of this glitzy green to the back. Isn't that cool? Hi Barb, how are you? So that's what we're going to do. And it's not hard. It's just a little funky. It's not what you're used to doing. So it's a little bit different. So what I decided to do is I'm starting from total scratch for this one so that you can actually see everything. Now, what I used for my stamps, the Santa Claus is coming to town and this is the paper pumpkin set. But I know that when you start looking around your stuff, you're going to find all the stuff you can use because I got the idea from a a website, um, and oh geez, now I can't think. I wanted to tell you the name of the website because it's a person who is a doctor by day, crafter by night. That's how she says, and she has some pretty cute ideas there on her website. And if I can find it, Crafting Daily Dose. That's it, craftingdailydose.com. So she did this as a paper pumpkin alternative, but she used the paper pumpkin that I do not have. So I used completely different stamps than what she used, which just says to me that you can do the same thing. You can use the format of the slider card and just do your own thing with it. Use your own stamps, whatever you happen to have around. Now, to start the whole thing off, I don't know if you can see this on the camera or not, but I used this enamel effects. It's this pearlized enamel effects. Okay, I used this on the pom pom and the hat, and I like the way it looks, but it takes a while to dry. So the first thing I'm going to do before I start doing anything else is I'm going to do the hat. And the way I did the hat, took some memento, took a plain white piece of paper, and I have a Santa Claus stamp. Ink the black up real good, stamp it. I don't need the bottom half, I only need him. Okay, now I gotta tell you guys, I did one craft show this past weekend. I'm doing another craft show this coming weekend. I have got stuff for these craft shows everywhere. And now I have stuff for the library everywhere. So I really, really have like 52 projects going at the same time. Now it's not the best thing to do, but it's what I do. Oh, before I forget, I have all the names from last week in this. Here we go. Karen. Karen wins tonight. I don't think Karen's going to be on tonight. I don't know if she's going to be at the library tomorrow or not, but Karen gets the slider card. Karen won last week too, didn't she? Uh-oh. going to have to watch that girl. Okay, I'm writing myself a note right away because I don't want to forget. Carol, I do have a card for you, and I did pack it with my library stuff already so that I would remember it because, sometimes I forget everything. And this would be one of those times because everything is just ah, here, there, and everywhere. So, okay, I have. First thing I'm going to do is cut this out because if I put that puff stuff on it, then I'll have fingerprints in it. I don't want that. So I'm cutting it, fussy cutting it basically. And it's going to take me just a second here. I hate to make you watch me do this, but like I said, I wanted to do this card from start to finish so that you saw every little piece, nuance of it, because it's a really cute card. And sometimes I take for granted that you know how to do certain things, and then I find out later that you have no idea what I did with some things. So this way, you're going to see everything. There is nothing going to be left to your devices. Okay. Now, when I fussy cut these things, I leave a little bit of white beyond the black ink because when you die cut, it does that too. It just leaves a little white around the outside edges and it leaves a neat look. Okay. First thing, um, I'm going to use light cherry cobbler and I'm just going to color the hat. And I'm not going to get fancy. I'm not going to blend colors or anything like that. I'm just going to color this with the light cherry cobbler. Okay, there's the cherry cobbler hat. And then I'm going to take this enamel effects and you just kind of, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that good. Just put a dribble of it there, kind of smear it around a little, and do the same thing here. Now, when she did this, the person who did the original that I am following, she she used the snow puff paint, which you then have to use the dryer with, and it puffs up. Now, I like these pearlized enamel effects. I just have developed a fondness for them. So I'm using them. Okay. You get some lines in there, but it doesn't really matter because when it dries, it all looks like it's supposed to be there. So it's I like it. Okay, and now I get a little bit on the line. I'm just going to scrape it off. There it is. Okay, everything's good. Now I'm going to set this aside so it can dry. This is one of those things that just takes a while to dry. So I'm setting it out of the way so I can't touch it, mess with it, do anything at all with it. And now we're going to start cutting our pieces. Okay, our first piece, I'm using thick, the thick cardstock. I don't usually use this, the white thick. I don't usually use the thick. I usually use just regular cardstock because almost everything I do is double thickness. So I don't need the thick. But this particular card has a lot of maneuvering and stuff going on. So I think it will work better with the thick. So I am using the thick. Okay. So it's 8.5 by 5.25. So normally you would do 8.5 by 5.5. This is 5 1/4. Take note of that. You have an echo. Oh, I know what. I bet I know why that is. Because the phone is right in front of my face. I think that's why. If I back off like this, there isn't, is there? But I can't mess with that because I messed with it too much already. But I hope it's nothing that you can't deal with. I'm pretty sure you're okay with that. Okay, so we cut 8.5 by 5 1/4. Okay. Then we're gonna score this. We're gonna start scoring it at 4. Now this is gonna be touchy because you get your cutting blade out of the way and score it at 4. Okay. Now you're gonna go to 4 3/4. And you're going to cut, but you're not going to cut the whole thing. So now you're going to need your cutting blade. You're going to start it. Look over here on this, where your measurements are over here, and you have a little arrow on there. Let me get in the close up so you can see what I'm talking about. Better get rid of this too. Okay, I'll get everything out of the way. There, much better. Now, I'm looking over here and I'm going to the 3/4 mark. And I have to stand up to do this so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this notch. I'm going to line up this notch with my 3/4 on my ruler. Okay, and I'm going to cut from 3/4 to 4.5. So I'm going to go down to here. Okay. Then I'm going to score. No, I'm going to cut again. I'm going to take it down to 7 1/4. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to start up here at 3/4. And I'm going to take it down to 4.5. Okay, then I'm going to lift, get rid of the scoring blade, the cutting blade, move my paper down to 8, and score. And guess what? I have more than 8.5 here. Yeah, I was going at 11, but that doesn't matter. I can just cut that end off. Okay. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm looking at this and it's like, what? I have way too much here. So you scored this at 8.5. Wow. Okay. So now what you are ending up with is you have this piece cut like that. You have this. And this. Okay, that's your first piece. Your second piece is going to be easier. It is 3 3/4 by 4.5. Let me see if I don't have a big enough piece here. Okay, let me grab another piece of thick because I think I want to use the thick for this too. That piece wasn't quite big enough. 3 3/4 by 4.5. 3 3/4 by 4.5. Well, even I can hear that echo now. Do you have a lot of an echo? I mean, I have a little bit. I hear a little bit of one too. And it is because I'm right on top of this. But if I move it, you're not going to hear me. Then you're going to really be confused. Okay, I'm putting my paper away. That's what's, and it's getting hung up. Okay, so now this piece is 3 3/4 by 4.5. We do have to, I'm going to put it on the long way, the 4.5 way, because we are going to make one cut here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this in 1 7/8, and we're going to take this down to 3 1/4. And that's it. Now that's your cut, like that. Okay? You're going to use it this way, but you're going to cut it like that so that you can measure it easier. Okay. Ah, Karen, you found us. You won the card again. Okay, I'm reading the comments. So there is still an echo, but it's just a little one. It's nothing you can't live with. Okay, good. I'm every week I play with these cameras a little bit more to get things working out, and oh yeah, technology is great. Okay, so I have my pieces cut. I am going to, because this is thick paper, you want to go over it real good with your bone folder so that you get a good, really good fold. Okay, so that's that. Now, what are we going to do next? We are going to take a piece of glimmer paper. I'm using this Evening Evergreen glimmer paper. There's not a whole lot of it. I don't think it's left. There's any left. I think they sold out of it, but oh, I love this paper. And I need enough just to cover this top piece, the top half of this. Okay, so that is, and I had this measurement. 1 7/8 by 3 3/4. I was going to say, I did have that written down somewhere. I think this piece, yes, this piece is 3 3/4, so I just have to cut this at 1 7/8. And we're going to glue this onto here. We've done all our cutting, we've done all our folding. Now we just have to do the assembly. And the assembly is just put all the pieces together and some stamping. Okay, we're going to put our sparkly paper up on the top of this first. And the bottom of this, now this is actually our slider. This is our inside part. So we need a little hole in the bottom here to put our ribbon through or our cord through. And I honestly I don't want a real big hole. So what I did here is I took my take your pick tool and I took the pointy end of it and I took this, put it on this mat because this is a spongy mat and it doesn't go up too far and you can measure it for the middle or you can eyeball it. I am going to eyeball it and I'm going to say that that's about the center and I'm just punching that hole right through there with the take your pick tool. And then I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas across here. And I'm not going to use the one that I used in the sample because I didn't like the way that ended up looking. And I do have a really nice one, and now I can't seem to find that too. I'm looking. Oh, for Pete's sake. I will find, there it is. I found it. Okay. And I'm going to use cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to mess around with this stamp for a minute because this is the first time this particular one is being used. And it's just going to go right above the hole that I just punched. Like I said, the stamps could be just about anything. These are such a nice, it's just a neat little different cutout thing. And so I just wanted to show it to you. Let's see what's next. Okay, I'm going to stamp the ho, ho, ho part. That goes on this. And I'm doing that in the cherry cobbler as well because I didn't like it in black. Now, when you're stamping this, you have your cuts, okay? You want to go below. You want to make sure that you end up below that. So the best way to do that is to maybe line something up along the top of those cuts so that you know you're not going to hit them. Okay, there's the ho, ho, ho. And the same with the Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm going to do that all in red and the sleigh. Oh, and the sleigh does not fit Let me show you what I mean. I want this to go across the bottom, and it doesn't fit across. I need to cut off this one deer. So to cut off, oh, Carol, I'm gonna get to the library at 1:30 tomorrow. She said 2 to 5, but the people usually leave at 1:30, so I am going to do what I can to get in. I really do want to get in there at 1:30 and be out by 4:30 or 4 o'clock. Actually, I'd rather be out there by 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna try for 1:30 and hope I can get in. And you know what? If we get there and there's people in there, we'll just set up in the library. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this one deer back out of the way and get the sled and everything, the ink on that. And put it here. We got that over a little too far. And then the Santa Claus is coming to town. And you know what? I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do the Santa Claus is coming to town in green to match the sparkle green because everything's red. That'll give it a little bit of variety. And that's just going to go down underneath. Then I'm going to punch a little half circle. I have a small little 3/8 inch punch. If you have a ½ inch circle or anything like that, that's just a small one, that will work good. And you want to get that right about in the center here at the bottom. And same with the back. Get them back at the same place. Okay. Then I'm going to take, I have some of this paper from the candy cane set, and I'm going to glue it on the front just to give it a little. Okay, I can measure this and cut it right. And then say that was 5 1/4. Okay, I think I have already mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it again. These videos, all of these videos, I am copying to YouTube, and I have a YouTube channel. Again, Nettie P Stamping. So if you go in and do a search on YouTube for Nettie P Stamping, it will take you to my channel. And if you just put in Nettie P Stamping slider card, you will have the video for this. Now, this was a little more complicated. So for me to just put measurements out there might be a little difficult to follow. So I'm thinking that your best bet is to look for the YouTube video and watch it again if you're not quite sure what I'm doing here. Um, Now, what I need to do next is assemble this. But before I do, I want to make sure that I have this piece fitting in this fold. And it's not quite, it's a little too long. And I have found this happening every time. So it's easiest to just trim it a little teeny tiny bit. Okay, you see that I trimmed maybe an 1/8 inch off. And now it's going to fit perfect. So I won't have a bow in it. Okay, so how do we assemble this? This is the easy part, actually, believe it or not. We're going to take it across the back. And we're just putting the green part through. You put it through there, and then put it through there. There, and make it fit. I mean, just make it fit. Don't worry. I mean, it will work. Honest, it will work. Okay, so it's covering up this part, and when you bring it down, it comes down to there. Okay? Now, before you do anything else, go inside here and tape this together. Tape it on both sides. Just take a little piece of tape. You don't want to tape it to the sides. You don't want to tape it to anything. You just want to tape it there so that the two pieces are one. And if you can get in there into the front, do it there too. You can't see it. Okay. Okay, and then we have our little hole here. We are going to feed. Oh, let's see. I put red ribbon in the last one, and I'm not sure I like the way that looked. If I had some red baker's twine, that would be ideal, but I don't have that either. I have gold. Oh, wait, what do I have here? Yeah, I have some red something there. That'll work. Yeah, I'm going to try that. And because this is so thin, I'm going to like cut it. I'm going to fold it over a bunch of times. And then kind of twist it so that it'll go through the hole. I want to make it like a tassel. I think I might have cut this too short. Or maybe not. Yeah, because you should tie it in a double knot. and then cut off the ends. And then let that whole thing kind of fray. Yeah, Linda, the best thing is it's really not that hard. It's a little time consuming. And once you see it done and then try to do it yourself, it's not too bad. But I think you're best off doing it along with the video. Like watch the video while you're doing it, and I think you'd be fine. I'm trying to do it step by step here, and so it'll be that way on the video. Um, because I know that is probably the easiest way to do it. Now I'm going to take a piece of tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on the on this piece here. Let's fold it over. I think it's so worth it though. It's so cute when it's all done. Now, tear and tape is very strong and sturdy. I like it a lot, but you have to make sure you're putting it down right. Okay. Take your bone folder and go over it to make sure it's down. Make sure the bottom part's down, and then take your tweezers and pull it off. Pull off the top. And you should be fine with that. And fold it over. Now I had a snowflake cut, the same out of the same sparkle paper. And I'm putting it on the back because the back is going to be where you're going to write your message. I cut this in half. And after I cut it in half, I try to get glue on all the bigger pieces of the back. These are always a pain, but they're so pretty when you're done. So, okay, so I'm going to glue one up toward the top, one of the halves up toward the top. And I set a block on it to hold it down while it sets and while I'm gluing the other one, because I'm going to do the exact same thing down toward the bottom. I'm going to put my glue on. Karen, are you out of your sling? Your husband cracked me up so bad. They stopped by the craft fair the other day, and Karen is in a sling, and so she can't drive. And I asked if she was coming to the library, and she said, "Well, it depends on whether I have a driver or not." And Roger just got this really silly grin on his face and said, "I love having this power." And it just cracked me up so bad. Because it was so spontaneous when he said it, and it was just cute. It made me laugh. Okay, here's our other snowflake, and I'm gonna then put that down on there to hold that. And let's see, that's all for the back. So you could, if you wanted to stamp a greeting on the back, you could, but you already have a greeting on the front, so you don't need to. Um, but you can write your message on the back, right? Merry Christmas to whoever you're sending it to and sign it on the back, right? Now, we're not finished with the front yet. We put our piece here aside to dry earlier. We're going to take that again, and I have another snowflake. I actually have two more snowflakes. One is white and one is green. And the white one, whenever you're sticking stuff on the sparkly paper, your best bet is to use glue dots. And I'm going to stick that just like that. Linda, I talked to my mom. Yeah. Did you miss that? You didn't hear when he said that. Oh, that was funny. It just cracked me up. Linda, my mom, I talked to my mom. She really liked that show. She was tickled with that. She thought that was really neat. I think she was exhausted till she got home, but that was a long day for her. Okay, I'm going to stick the hat just like that. And because I put sparkles on everything, I'm going to wink of Stella this snowflake. And I'm going to put wink of Stella on the sled. Well, and the reindeer, I mean, what the heck, right? And there we have it. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Santa Claus is coming to town. That is a slider card. And I'll tell you what, you can do these you can use these a lot of times. I know over the summer we had a really cute stamp set with uh, ladybugs, and I wanted something to do with their um, wings and the ladybug thing, and I just couldn't figure out what to do with it. And this would have been perfect. I'm picturing it with a lot of different things, so I think it will be a very useful card to know how to make. And it's cute. It's just cute. Okay, well, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I think we're going to wrap up Christmas tonight and get started with some other stuff. Oh, I forgot this other one. I put this other snowflake here to put right there. So that's going to get glued on there too. Sorry, forgot that. And let's see, what is today? Today is the 7th. Yeah, we have a couple weeks yet to go till Christmas, but we're going to be done with Christmas cards because if they're not made by now, I don't know when they're going to get made, at least in my book. So we'll move on to something different next week, and it will be equally fun and equally entertaining. Okay. See you tomorrow at the library, and if not, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Night.